You're listening to One Third Life podcast.
So, we have been talking about AI fluency at the operating level, how project managers can use it, how you can build your own AI toolbox to start using all the developments that are happening at this point of time. Now, this one is all about AI fluency at the CEO level. Now, there is a lot of difference how project managers or your managers use AI or your engineers use AI. But how, as a CEO or as a board member or at a CXO level, a lot of people are confused about what's going on because there are new terms being thrown every day. There is OpenClaw, and then there is there's LLM, and then there is all the things, right? There's a new word every second day that you hear on when it comes to AI. But the mandate for a CEO and a senior management is not about learning prompt engineering or learning how to use a single tool. I think their job is a lot more difficult in terms of how you how do you adopt AI and when. Is it the right time to do it now? Is it that you have to wait for a while because you want to wait for all the developments to get completed and before you start using it? You have to weigh the pros and cons of it, because there are companies who are AI natives. So AI natives are companies who are just building the products right from scratch using AI. You have spent years and years building your product to market information and all that stuff, but now these companies are coming and building your products right there and then. So do you need to make some changes immediately? Especially large organizations take a while because things can change there. But are the competition now a lot more nimble than what you are? So these are the questions that you need to answer as a CEO, as a CXO, as a board member. So let's look at top down, right? Let's start with the board members. I think the board members' job is to look at what the business model is today for the organization. How do you use AI, and what can be done to, at a very high level, you don't need to know the nitty gritties, but what it can do to improve your business models. If cost is a problem for you, that you're not getting margins, can I use AI to improve those margins? If getting new business is a problem, then can I? So any of these business problems that you had at a very high level can be done using the AI, using the new developments in AI. So that's your board mandate. Look at the business model, see what you can do, and do we need to change the model? The existing model, does it apply anymore? That's what board do. Now, CEO mandate is looking at efficiency, saying, okay, if we do some of the stuff and it's a 40% reduction in or 40% improvements in efficiency, do I go ahead and fire 40% people? No, a sensible CEO will probably not fire them, but try to look at how we reutilize them, right? Because AI, even if you put AI, it'll still need a little bit of a human in the loop kind of systems. So that is the second thing that a CEO does. They look at, what, again, they also look at the board mandate. They look at what is going to happen with the whole development, and they keep an eye on what's going on, and they also are advisors to the board on what's going on, right? Then there's a CXO level, which is the level which reports to CEO. So there might be CMO, CFO, COO. Now the general tendency in any organization is to look at your own verticals. But with AI now, what is happening is that those layers can be diffused. One layer can talk to another layer. So when you are building your systems, try not to build in a silo. The marketing can talk to logistics, logistics can talk to finance, and the systems have to build. And when I say talking, it's AI systems talking to each other without the human interface into it, right? So building up those systems, and you will need to start building those systems for your own verticals. But a lot of this cross uh, work will need to be done. So instead of building your own silo, see how it can be interoperated with other CXOs. So the collaboration becomes much more intense. And I think partly from a CEO point of view, that is all also that needs to be looked at. So AI fluency has a very different flavor for a CXO CEO board level, and a very different for a manager and for an engineer level. So build your own, understand what your fluency is needed for your organization, for sorry, for your industry, and then build it up. I think that's what I would say.